welcome you all on Tech Special Information. In this video, we are going to write a Verilog code for position of first occurrence of 1 using sequential block. Okay, so first try to understand the question properly. We have 3 input. First input is clock, then reset, then another 16-bit number as an input, and output will be a 5-bit number. Now suppose the number is a 16-bit number, like suppose this is my 16-bit number. So first occurrence of 1, this is my first one from the LSB side. So 1 2 3 4, so output will be 4. 4 will be stored inside the output number. Okay, now I am going to show you the Verilog code for the finding the first occurrence of 1 from LSB site, and we are going to write this code for sequential block. That means if we apply input at every positive edge of the clock, we will get output. Okay, this is the Verilog code. See here, we are starting from here. We are giving the module name as ONE1, and our variables are IN input variable, which is 16-bit, so 15 down to 0, this is our input variable, and reset and clock, these two are single bit, and output which is 4-bit, this one. And we are taking another register of 4-bit. I will say you later about the importance of this register R. And we are taking two integer numbers I and C. Integer means it is a 8-bit register. Now we are starting from here, always at the positive edge of clock. If reset, that means when the reset is 1, at that case our output will become 0, as well as our C, this is a counter variable, that will also become 0. Else case, that means when our reset is equals to 0, at that case the control will come here and output will become R. And the definition of R is written here using the combinational always block. Okay, see, up to this point this is sequential. After that, this block is the combinational always block. Inside the always block we are writing the definition for finding the R value. But initially we are taking our I and C both variable as 0, while I less than equal 31. Actually here that should be I less than equal, it should be not 31, it actually should be the 15, as because it is our 15-bit number. Okay, now come here, this is our always block. I less than equal 15 or and C equal 0. That means both counter and I less than 15, these two conditions satisfied. At that case only we will enter into the while loop. If in of I, that means the input when become 1, at that case we will make our counter as 1, and after checking each bit we will increase the I value. Okay, and finally we will get R as I multiplied by C. Why we are multiplying by C? The reason is that when inside that 16-bit number all bits are 0, at that case our output should be 0. But if we don't use the C variable, our I will increase and I will become 16, but no ones are there, so output should be 0. But if we assign directly I, R equals to I, in that case we will get output as 16, which is not desired. So we are multiplying by C. Okay, in case of any other number, when the first occurrence of 1 is 4, at that case C will become 1. So 4 multiplied by 1, it will give us the correct functionality. So that's all for designing. Now let's go for our test bench. We are starting our test bench from here. Module TB is our test bench module name, and in case of test bench, the input variable will declared as register, so which is a 16-bit register. Output is declared as OR, and you know that this is for mapping between designing and test bench variables. And this dollar monitor will print us our input, clock and output. And initial begin here. Initially we have given our clock and reset equals to 0, and here we are generating our clock. After every 5th simulation time our clock will change. That means if initially our clock is 0, after 5 simulation time our clock will become 1, and so on. Now here we are providing a input. At 10th simulation time we are providing a input. Now see here, we have given some inputs here. Okay, at 10th simulation time we have given input as 4, and again has 10. That means after 10 more simulation time we have applied a input as 8. After 10 more simulation time, that means at 13 simulation time we have applied another input, that is our $10 finish. Okay, now we are going to save and run this Verilog code. So we are going to save the Verilog code. For run the Verilog code we have to use I Verilog, then our file name pos.v. No error is here. Now we have to see the output. So for that purpose we will use vvpa.out. Now see, as you can see, we are getting our output here. This is our output. As you can see, at 0 simulation time we have not applied any input, so output is x. X means unknown here. So at 10 simulation time we have applied our first input, so then positive edge will come at 15 simulation time. At that time we are getting output as 3. It will remain 3 up to 20. Before 25th simulation time our output will remain 3, as because at 20th simulation time we have given our input as 8. 8 means first occurrence of 1 is at 4th position. So at 25th simulation time we are getting output as 4. Then we have applied input 10 at 13th simulation, at 13th simulation time. So at 35th simulation time, means after the next positive edge we are getting output as 2. 10 means 101010. That means first occurrence of 1 is at 2. That's all. After that we have not applied any input, so we are getting all output as 2. So that's all for today's discussion. If you have any doubt, please comment in the comment box section. Thank you.